So in this video, I want to talk about the division symbol. So let's look at 1 divided by 2. Now, 1 divided by 2 is the same as 0.5, isn't it? Okay, so you can do that by a bit of short division if you like. 2's into 1, goes 0, remainder 1. 2's into 10, go 5. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 0.5, we understand as a fraction, is 1/2. So what I'm getting at here is that 1/2 means 1 divided by 2. Okay, so it's understanding that a fraction is showing you a division. It is the numerator divided by the denominator. They are the same. And that's how you convert a fraction into a decimal anyway. You do the top divided by the bottom. So if I've got 3 divided by 4, then this is, as a decimal, 0.75, this is 3/4, 3 divided by 4. So if I've got something like A divided by B, then this is the same as A over B. Okay, so this way of writing our algebra is much more useful than using the division symbol. We try not to use the division symbol really at all. Once we get past GCSE, the division symbol kind of gets left by the wayside. So it's really making sure you understand what that represents. Okay, so A over B is the same as A divided by B. Now, a little bit of notation. Keeping on division, let's think about A divided by 2. So that must be equivalent to A over 2. Okay? Now, when we divide by 2, that is the same as multiplying by 1/2, because it's like saying, well, what is 8 divided by 2? 8 divided by 2 is 4. What's 1/2 of 8? Oh, it's 4. These two things mean the same. And it's coming from the fact of, if we think back to our fractions, 8 divided by 2 is the same as 8 divided by 2 over 1. Okay, because 2 is 2 over 1. So this is the same as, if we remember, dividing a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. And this is 1/2 of 8. Okay, so dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by 1/2. So A divided by 2 must be the same as 1/2 of A, or 1/2 times A. So what it's showing you is that actually these two things are the same. Okay, and this is an important part of it, okay, because if we know that 1/2 A is the same as A over 2, this is a really, really important notation bit that students often forget, okay, and confuse. So these two things are the same. So if I want to write 1/3 of A, this is the same as A over 3. It means 1/3 times A, or A divided by 3. They are the same thing. If I had 2/3 of A, now how could I write that? Well, that would be 2A over 3. Now, you might be going, oh, now why is the 2 in the numerator now? This seems a bit weird. Well, remember, 2/3 A is the same thing as this. And A is the same as A over 1, in exactly the same way as I had 2 over 1 is the same as 2 a moment ago. Now, when you multiply fractions together, that's 2A, 2 times A the numerator, 3 times 1 the denominator. So this conversion from 2A over 3 to 2/3 A, it's really, really important that you understand that these two things mean the same. The notation can get used throughout mathematics, and it may chop and change. Sometimes you'll see the 2/3 out the front, sometimes you'll see it combined within a fraction. It's really making sure that when you're looking at that, you understand that they are the same thing, that they mean the same, and you can move between the two as much as you want. Sometimes you might like writing A over 2. Other times you might be going, well, actually it's more useful if I write it as a half times A. Okay, so we're going to see some examples of this in the next video.